What if I told you? The scariest websites in the world aren't the ones you've heard about. Not Silk Road, not the drug markets, not even the hitman for hire scams. The scariest ones are the ones nobody talks about because the people who find them don't stick around long enough to tell the story. Tonight, I'll tell you about Ethan Miller, a college kid just like millions of others in America, obsessed with exploring the dark web just for the thrill. But what he found was something he could never escape from. Ethan Miller was the kind of guy who thought nothing could scare him. He was 23, studying computer science at a mid-sized college in Ohio. His dorm room was cluttered with old energy drink cans, half-broken headphones, and a laptop that never seemed to cool down. Unlike his friends, Ethan didn't waste time on video games or Netflix. His addiction was something darker, the thrill of the deep web. He started small, illegal movie sites, pirated textbooks, forums filled with conspiracy theorists. But that wasn't enough. By his sophomore year, Ethan had downloaded Tor, set up a VPN chain, and was digging into .onion links that promised forbidden knowledge. At first, it was all the usual stuff. Scammy hitman ads, red room hoaxes, creepy chat rooms where anonymous users swapped urban legends. But the deeper he went, the more he realized there were layers even beyond that. Hidden links within hidden links. Forums that weren't just about crime, they were about something else, something unexplainable. One night, while scrolling through a dark web board known only as the Hollow Net, Ethan found a thread that caught his attention. It was titled, "The Collector's Archive. Watch if you dare." Most comments were short. "Don't click. Not worth it. He watches you back." But one reply stood out. "The archive doesn't show you a video. It shows you your video." Ethan laughed. "Great marketing," he muttered, sipping a flat energy drink. But his curiosity was burning. Was this another scam? Another creepypasta site pretending to be haunted? He copied the onion link, pasted it into Tor, and hit enter. The page loaded slower than usual. For a moment, Ethan thought it had crashed. Then, a black screen appeared with white text that simply read, "Welcome to the Collector's Archive." Beneath it, there was a disclaimer. "Every soul has an ending. Watch yours at your own risk. Once you see, you cannot unsee." Below, there was a grid of thumbnails. They weren't like YouTube videos. These looked strange. Low resolution, grainy, like security camera footage. Some showed bedrooms, some showed kitchens. A couple showed empty hallways. But there were no titles, no descriptions, just static-filled thumbnails waiting to be clicked. Ethan smirked. "Creepy aesthetic, nice touch." He hovered his cursor over one video. The preview flickered. For a split second, he thought he saw a man sitting at a desk, staring into a laptop. But then it changed back to static. "Fake," Ethan muttered, but his heart was beating faster than he wanted to admit. The video opened with heavy static. A low humming sound filled his speakers, like the buzzing of a broken fluorescent light. Slowly, the image came into focus. It was a room, not just any room. It looked exactly like his room. The same poster of The Matrix on the wall, the same cheap IKEA desk, the same coffee stain on the carpet near his bed. Ethan froze. His cursor hovered over the pause button, but he couldn't bring himself to click it. On the screen, a figure sat at the desk, back turned to the camera. The figure moved, slowly, turned its head. It was him. Ethan's blood went cold. The figure in the video was him, sitting at his desk, staring into the laptop, just like he was right now. "Hey, what the fuck?" Ethan whispered. He slammed the spacebar. The video kept playing. The camera zoomed closer, though Ethan hadn't touched anything. His face on the screen was pale, eyes wide, looking directly into the camera. And then, there was a knock. Not in the video. In real life. Someone was knocking at his dorm door. Ethan whipped around so fast his chair nearly fell over. His heart was pounding. The knocking stopped. He turned back to his laptop. The video was static again. For the next hour, Ethan sat in silence, staring at the black screen. He kept telling himself it was a prank. Maybe someone hacked his webcam. Maybe one of his classmates was messing with him. But deep down, he knew that wasn't possible. His webcam was taped over, his IP was masked through layers of VPN, and no one, not a single soul, had access to his private dorm. When his phone buzzed, he nearly jumped out of his skin. It was a message from Rachel, his best friend since high school. "Dude, you still alive? Haven't heard from you all day." Ethan forced a laugh and texted back, "Yeah, just busy, trying not to fail my coding class, LOL." But when he put the phone down, he saw it, another notification. This time an email, no subject, no sender, just a single attachment. He hesitated, then clicked. It was a picture of him, sitting at his desk, taken just seconds ago. Ethan stared at the photo on his screen, himself, at his desk, frozen in the same position he was sitting in right now. Whoever, or whatever, sent that email had to be watching him live. His first instinct was to rip the tape off his webcam and check. Nothing. The light wasn't on. He unplugged the webcam completely. Still, that didn't explain the photo. His hands shook as he shut his laptop. This is bullshit. Just some hacker trolling me. But deep down, he didn't believe his own words. The collector's archive hadn't just shown him a video. It had reached into his life. The next day, Ethan tried to act normal. He went to class, took notes, even laughed when his professor cracked a dumb joke. But he couldn't focus. His mind replayed that video, that photo, over and over again. When class ended, Rachel caught up with him. She had strawberry blonde hair, always tied up in a messy bun, and eyes that could read him like an open book. "You look like shit," she said bluntly. "Gee, thanks." "I'm serious, Ethan. You didn't sleep, did you?" He hesitated. "Number I was online too late." Rachel rolled her eyes. "Dark web again?" He didn't answer, which was enough of an answer. "Ethan, you have to stop. Every horror story you've told me starts the same way. Oh, it's just some site, it's just for fun. You think you're invincible, but one day you're gonna..." Rach chilled. "It's not that deep." She stared at him for a long time. "Promise me you'll leave it alone." Ethan forced a smile. "Yeah, I promise, but promises mean nothing when curiosity's already digging into your brain like a parasite." That night, Ethan told himself he wouldn't look. He swore he'd stay away from the collector's archive. But at 2:17 a.m., he was sitting at his desk again, VPN chain running, Tor browser open. He couldn't resist. The archive's homepage loaded slower this time. The thumbnails looked different too. Last night, they'd been random. Rooms, hallways, kitchens. Now, most of them looked familiar. Too familiar. One thumbnail showed a hallway that looked exactly like the one outside his dorm room. Another showed a parking lot with the same cracked lamppost as the one near his building. Ethan's stomach dropped. No way, this is just coincidence. He clicked one. The video flickered alive. It showed the dorm hallway, silent, empty. Ethan leaned closer. His own door was visible in the frame. Then, knock. Not from the video, from his real door. Ethan jumped so hard his chair squealed across the floor. His heart pounded in his throat. He turned toward the door. Another knock. Slow, deliberate. He whispered, "Rachel?" No answer. He glanced back at the laptop. The video was still showing his hallway. The knocking sound was faintly audible through the video now. And then, a shadow slid across the frame, tall, thin, moving past his door. Ethan's chest tightened. He slammed the laptop shut. Silence. No more knocking. But when he opened the laptop again, the video had changed. The hallway was empty. And the words, "I see you," were typed across the screen in white, glitching letters. The next morning, Ethan woke up to another email. Same blank sender. Same blank subject. This time, the attachment wasn't a photo. It was a short video. Hands trembling, he opened it. The footage showed him sleeping, tossing and turning in his bed. The timestamp? Last night. Ethan's blood ran cold. He hadn't left his door unlocked. He was sure of it. So how the hell did someone get into his was a pause. Then, Ethan, what did you do? Nothing. I swear, I didn't. It's just. She cut him off. I told you to stop messing with that shit. I told you. Rach, it's not that simple. This isn't just some scam site. Someone's watching me. They're in my room. Rachel's voice softened, almost like she was scared to believe him. Okay, stay at my place tonight. We'll figure this out together. Ethan agreed. But before he left for Rachel's, he made the mistake of sitting at his desk one more time. The archive was still open, and the new video was waiting. It wasn't just a thumbnail this time. It was labeled,